Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to all the panelists. Today's topic is mental well-being during COVID-19. Hi, I am Dr. Nidhi Garg, a counseling psychologist and a visiting faculty to many institutes like NIFT, KIT. I'm also a writer and a poet, and I and my PhD was on mental well-being. So this is just the right topic for me. WHO has defined mental well-being as a state of well-being in which an individual realizes one's ability and can cope with the stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and can contribute to his or her community. Mental well-being is much more and beyond than just the absence of mental illness. Mental health included in its ambit the state of being where a person can face the life stresses and still can be resilient, resourceful, as well as productive. It is hard to frame a single definition of mental well-being as it has different connotations for different cultures, different people, and different groups. 1 in 4 people in the world will be suffering from mental illness in some point of the time. 450 million people in today's time are suffering from mental illness, and nearly about 2/3 of the people do not even seek professional help because of the stigma or lack of support system, and so on. Well, India's status is even more worrisome. When we check the demographics of the patients in India, they lie below 25 years of age. So 50% of the mental ill patients are below the age of 25 years. And in India, almost about 130 million people are suffering, and only 30 million people seek for any kind of professional help. Well, on that sad note, we'll have to start this session with Dr. Samratkar. He is a very renowned psychiatrist from Cuttack, has been bestowed with national and state level awards. He is the trustee and the founder of The Brain, and he has written many books, articles in Odia, Hindi, English. His Odia books are Mano Katha Janantu, Manare Achi Kono, Au Mansiko Rogo. His book, Mano Katha Janantu, has been translated in Hindi, Man Ki Baat Janiye. His awards, Professor G.C. Barrel Award, Siddhartha Memorial Award, and Professor B. Das Award. Welcome, sir. And what are the symptoms of depression? You have to unmute your...
Yes, sir. Yes. Hi.
Yeah.
Good evening, all. So, you give a very nice definition of mental well-being. First, I should come to that because first thing is before saying the symptoms of depression, it depends upon how is your mood. Suppose I will say mood is sad. Mood is sad most of the time. So when you are suffering from depression, the mood will be sad. But fundamental thing is how you differentiate between if you are suffering from a psychiatric problem or a problem of to me or any psychiatrist or psychologist. So general problem. The simple funda, if a person is suffering psychiatric problem, there is no occasional environment, then there is no it will not stand as an expectation or any psychiatric problem. We should understand that. Means if you are suffering from any physical problem and you are not able to do your proper activity or daily activity, you are suffering from any psychological problem. So what are the symptoms of depression? First, moods will be shared and you will be tired, he or she will be tired to do little activities. There will be disturbance in sleep and mostly they will complain that there is early morning problem or early morning disturbance after getting up. I am not feeling very well, or at the night it will be disturbed. Sleep will be there and there will be pessimistic view of future. My life will, they say, my life is worthless. I'm not able to do anything. I'm feeling tired or feeling fatigued. Very previously, I used to work very normally, but now it is very much problem. Even I don't want to go to my office or any social program, family program. Then we may consider it case of depression, and if it is more than persists, the symptoms persist more than 2 weeks. Okay, shall I
Sir,
go on or okay?
thank you so much, sir. And further, I would like to know what are the causes behind these mental illness?
This is interesting and most important issue. First, most of the people think there should be some stressor. If you're suffering from depression, there should be some stressor. Because the last 2 days, what is happening to this Indian nation in the South, why such a young actor suffering from depression committed suicide? Because people always think there is no stress or no pressure. There should not be any depression. So people may avoid, because most common cause is maybe depression is stress, and it can be genetic, and without any external factor, there are some internal factors may be there. Suppose this, I will say particularly after about this actor, he was so jovial. You can see, as a psychiatrist, I can say, I cannot diagnose him as a case of depression seeing him in the movie or a picture, but that happens, and then you may find him he's a very successful person and people used to follow him and he was a role model. It can happen without any stress. It is not about your achievement. If you've got everything, then also you may have depression, like your diabetes. Why? How diabetes? It is due to insulin deficiency. You have to take insulin. This depression is like that. That is some neurotransmitter imbalance. That is called serotonin. That is imbalance that causes depression. So you have to take antidepressant medicine. What happens is, when you're suffering from depression, you ask your friend and family member, I'm suffering from depression or I want to commit suicide. And what happens, most of the friends and family, they think it is a modern disease. It is not a modern disease. It is there from a long time before. Because due to more stress, or there is more, we can know about these illnesses, because due to social media and other things, because these also happened to Guru Dutt and Veena Kumar, they committed suicide. But now time we know, because the social media is so active. Now there is lots of activity on this about depression and mental health programs. So it may happen with stress, with genetically, or mainly it causes some neurohormonal changes, neurotransmitter changes. This is the most important cause. So most thing is, it is not about the achievement. You can be successful, still also you can suffer from depression. If your family and friends, they are also very close, there are no stressor from anywhere, there also may stress, suffer from depression. And the problem is, he was diagnosed as a case of depression and he didn't take medicine regularly. Here the problem is, you have to take medicine regularly, you have to consult your psychiatrist regularly, and you have, then your friends and family should support there. Now I think my mine is over.
So
Thank you.
basically, what sir is trying to say is genetics, environmental factors, psychological factors can contribute to the cause of the mental illness. And at the right time, it is much more important to reach out to a psychiatrist or a psychologist for a right therapy or right
So like
medication. So, sir, what are some of the things that you would like to suggest to all the people so that they do not fall prey to mental illness? What are some of the tips that they should be following in their everyday life?
First thing is, counseling means personal self-counseling is the best method. We are the best person to counsel ourselves. We should know how to counsel ourselves. Suppose you are suffering, I think that my friend is suffering from depression, how would you counsel him? Or my family member suffering from depression, how would you counsel them? then we can normally do that activity, and we are doing that. That's why many people are not suffering. All the person are not suffering from depression. They are also under stress. They are not suffering from depression. Everybody is not suffering from depression. Yeah, there is corona, COVID pandemic is there, and many people are suffering from depression, but many people are not. So it depends upon how a person has built his mind by self. Then he can do other activities like physical activities, and physical activities what that is most important factor. So Deepta madam is there. She will say better about physical activity and yoga, meditation, daily regular exercise, and fasting to maintain a normal routine lifestyle. That is most important thing, and we cannot avoid if there is any organic issues are there. Not without any psychological factor, organic issues are there. We cannot avoid that.
So, so it is important to take care of yourself, of your daily routine, your physical activity, meditation, your self-talk should be positive self-talk. And sir, moving on, during this COVID-19, do you think there is a rise in mental illness, and what kind of mental illness is at rise during this COVID-19?
Yes, definitely there is a rise in mental illness due to different stressor. That is, this is the most important fact. If you cannot go outside or you have to stay in the jail, so-called jail, people think when forcibly they are staying. So there is definitely stressors are there. Most important stressor about the children, they do not know how to go outside, and more young people, adolescent, they are using because the more Zoom classes or web classes are there. The internet addiction is increasing among adults, and there is much more problem between couples, marital couples. They do not know.
Right.
They are saying, "Are मैं तुझे मालूम नहीं था मेरा husband ऐसा है, wife ऐसा है." I am seeing this type of couple regularly, and elderly people, they are worried because they think there is mortality rate is more, so they are under stress. These are different, but most common psychiatric problem which I am seeing regularly, that is anxiety problem. People think, okay, I had in contact with these people, I'm suffering from anxiety, I may have COVID infection. People come with this problem, that is anxiety. Second is depression due to financial stress and this lockdown stress. And third thing was important was about during lockdown, there is due to stoppage of this alcohol, because alcohol was not available. Alcohol withdrawal and cannabis withdrawal,
Yeah,
that was
substance
also
abuse.
substance abuse problem was also there. And out of OCD problem also, people think they are who are used to work regular, and that obsessive is increasing. These are the common problems increasing nowadays. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for giving us your time. I know you have a commitment already. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in. Moving on to our next panelist, Namrata Chadha. She is the women's right activist and a chairperson for the non-profit Mahila Adhikar Abhiyan and Madhyam. Former senior member, SCW and JJ board. She's a writer and commentator of Puri Rath Yatra on Doordarshan. So my question to Namrata Chadha ma'am, because she has been dealing with, do we have Namrata Chadha ma'am?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So ma'am, my question to you is, because you have been dealing with women and children, a woman is overwhelmed during this COVID-19 with her responsibilities on her work front as well as home front, from rendering her services to her official duties to making life comfortable with the right taste buds and turning into a master chef for the children at home. Children from going to the school and from going to the park have been stuck at their homes. How do you think this COVID-19 has been affecting the mental well-being of the women and children?
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm seeing virtually everyone on screen. I think I know everyone, but we hardly met because of this novel coronavirus. Thanks to that coronavirus, we are meeting less. eating less. So let me tell you one thing. First, we have to understand about what we were discussing today. We are totally urban centric women. We are taking urban centric women. Women who are in urban areas, who are living in big towns or small towns or kasbah kind of thing. But if you go to remote areas of the tribal areas or I mean, uh, uh, unreachable areas, there we don't those women don't face these kind of problems because they don't have to make such food. They are not confined to home, they are not confined to their flats. They are moving around, they are in villages, their children are playing outside, they are not following government rules. Even some of them are in hilly areas and remote areas, they do not know what is corona. A few people are in Jharkhand, they are saying it is a corona devi and it is a festival kind of thing. So for those women, they are not facing this problem. But the women who are in metro cities, urban area, or in middle class kind of thing, they are facing these kind of problems. We have to understand that corona travels and it has a passport, an expiry visa. So we do not know how many days it will be with us. Might be 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years. So the women are suffering because of their role in patriarchy society, especially in our society. Specifically, we take women as a binding point of family. We treat them not as a human being. We think they are the service provider. They have to take care of elders, sick people, children, everyone, and their husband, who are very capable. उसका भी ध्यान रखना है. So that pressure is always there. They have to face. And in this coronavirus period, I mean COVID when attacked in India, when it entered to India, we have seen that women are confined to home and they are experiencing a different kind of domestic violence at home. Previously, it was happened. If there is a domestic violence case, it is by the husband to wife. Now the situation has totally changed. They have to stay with their parents. If you are unmarried, if you are a single woman, if you are divorcee, if you are deserted, abandoned, then you have to stay with your parents, and they are not giving you respect. You are just like a one burden to that family. If you are married, you are having children, then you have to take care of that. And everybody at home is not. They are grateful to your job, but they are they are searching for a minute mistake. ये ठीक नहीं बना, वो ऐसा नहीं बना, ऐसा नहीं बना. So there is not, I am saying it is so much of physical violence or something. It is so much of mental violence, verbal kind of abuse they have to face. And that is directly attached to well-being of a woman. So women are the people, women are the group of those people, they never think about the well-being. They are thinking if we are eating good food, we are wearing good clothes, we are having, good source of income. They are thinking this is the status of well-being. They don't think the actual status of well-being is when you mentally, emotionally, internally, spiritually, you are feeling good or you are satisfied with your situation. And you are thinking, okay, you are very thankful to everyone and you are very good in mood, everything. You are surrounded you. But unfortunately, well-being or happiness, these two things are not meant for women. They are thinking, okay, if they are doing their duty, sometimes we have to appreciate, okay, our bahu is very good, bahurani achhi hai, wife is achhi hai, it's okay for them. But they don't treat them as a total human being. She needs some kind of thing, whatever the other people they require. Children need attention, good support, just like women need that. So that thing is lacking in our society.
So basically, we are looking for a support system that is required for women and children at every home and
every home. They are unpaid. They are unpaid employee for every home. We don't have to pay them for their 24/7 work, and they are the punching bag of your frustration. If the children can't go out to play, they have a frustration. Whom they will target? Their mother. If the husband is not able to going out, he is having a extramarital kind of affair or something, is not getting alcohol, what Samrat was saying. So who is the punching bag for his frustration? It is his wife. If the parents, old age parents, they are suffering at home, they are not getting proper medicines or treatment, or they are quite there is anxiety about these diseases. Whom they will blame? Their daughter-in-law. So
Your daughter.
they are the central point of our family, as well as the everybody's frustration or depression or failures or whatever I'm saying. They are the women has to face all those things.
Basically, we'll have to stop playing the blame game and start supporting
Who
the women and the children.
who will teach this?
We all, starting from
We
the
all,
women
yes.
first.
But what happened? The
And
blame game when starts, who will blame to whom? It is always powerful blame to people who are
the
less powerful,
subordinate.
the
Right,
subordinate.
right,
So
right.
the women are in a second class citizen, most of the family. I'm not talking about tribal area. I'm not talking about the remote areas. I'm not talking about the village area. I'm talking about the urban area, educated people, people they
True.
are having some source of income. They are having a shelter on a roof on the top, but they are having a good food. They are having a, I'm not saying they are totally, I mean, without food or without money or something like that.
True.
But they are people, they are having all sources of income. But again, they are the people who are they in their family, the women are the most, I'm saying, in a vulnerable position. So we have to
Okay.
check that. And because of the gender disparity, because of the, there is so much of gender discrimination from the beginning of a childhood. When we raise any child or we are raising any boy or girl, there is a so much of differentiate we create. We condition their mind like that. Okay, she is a girl, you have to behave like that. He is a boy, you have to behave like that. We have some
True,
stereotype
true.
set of role. That's why women are suffering these days, and we don't have any kind of support system. Government has introduced some WhatsApp number, some helpline number, counseling numbers, session, but it is again the people who are having a smartphone or who are having a technology, they can only avail these kind of services. But
True, true, ma'am.
other
And
people can't.
what would you think should we do to help these women? How can we
Uh,
face this crisis?
first, first of all, we have to make that kind of system. I mean, whether you are in community, you are in any apartment or in any colony or whatever, when any woman is complaining, if she wants to say something, we need a patience hearing. That it is, there is a
True,
difference
true,
between listening and patience hearing. So we
true,
need a
true.
patience hearing. We should not be judgmental. Okay, ये तो
Yes,
औरत है, इसका काम है झगड़ा करना. हाँ, she is
true,
always complaining or she is saying, okay, I'm
true.
not well. So patience hearing is very, very for the first point for that. Then,
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so
okay,
much, ma'am, for your views. And further, moving on, for all our attendees, you can please message us your questions, and we would love to get it answered from our panelists. Heartiest congratulations for the success of the petition that you had filed for the plight of the sex workers. The basic fundamental right to food was being violated. They are rendering entertainment services and are not even recognized as an integral part of the society. What kind of torture to the mental health must have these women gone through? Please tell us about your views regarding these struggles of the sex workers.
you see, first of all, in our society, sex worker are the most. I'm saying, if you are saying there is a human right violation, if it is there any happening in our civilized society, it is only for the I mean, to the sex workers only. People use them. People go for entertainment. People go for their sexual desire. People pay them, and after that, they don't want to see them. What condition they are living, what kind of situation they are facing, whether they are having good food or not, they are provided by government or not. They are least bothered. They are the most neglected, abandoned kind of group of people, community, that people don't want to talk about them. Some people, some organization, they are doing good work, the distribution of relief kind of thing, but they are just going and giving them those things, just rice, dal or something they're giving, and they think their duty has over. But you see, in India, India is a welfare state, and now we have to thank our Prime Minister that he has introduced a Janadhan Yojana banking system. If you have a bank account, if you have a ration card, then all the welfare scheme money will come directly to you, not through any dalal or any middleman. So these sex workers, they don't have any ration card, they don't have a bank account in Janadhan Yojana, so they are totally deprived from the welfare scheme of government run for the marginalized society. These people, they are in a receiving end. So what I decided when I had seen them, I had been there 4 or 5 times in this COVID-19 period for relief work. Then I thought, no, this is not the solution that every time we will go and provide them some food and we will come back. No, it is their basic right. Right to life with dignity is the basic right of each and every woman. Whether you are homemaker, you are service woman, you are sex worker, whatever you are. So I have to identify that issue. That's why I have drafted one petition and submit to the Odisha State Human Rights Commission. And I'm very thankful to Commission that they have immediately accepted it, and within the 24 hours, they have granted order and give to the government, give a direction to government, provide them the basic facility, and as well as they provide them ration card and opening up their banking account. So in future, they will not only the sex worker, even their children will avail all the welfare schemes for their well-being, for their education, for their upbringing. So this is a positive thing I have done. It is not a very big thing I have done for them, I think, but
it is a great step that you have taken, ma'am, and you have become an angel for the sex workers.
No, it is not angel. We all are sisters. I think there is no angel. We all are angel, and we have to work together actually, because we women are very much divided. We are divided by politics, religion. Yes.
To work together. Rosalind Parsani always promotes that, work together, and then we can reach out to maximum number of people. Thank you so much, ma'am. And moving on to Partho Sarthire, our very own actor. He has been awarded with the 29th State Film Awards for the film Hello RC. At present, he is working on his project movie Ardhangani. He has worked in various Bollywood and Hollywood movies. Tonpur Ka Superhero, You Are My Jaan, Cycle Kick, Ek Thi Rani Aisi Bhi, Oriya movies, Gadbad, Nai Separi Kanak Gauri, Monore Tu Hi Tu, Charitro, and many more, and go on and go on. Well, we all are shocked by the step taken by Sushant Singh Rajput.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Hi. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Hi.
So we all are shocked, and the industry and the country has been shaken by the suicide committed by Sushant Singh Rajput. What is your take on it? Is the film industry ruthless, or is it that he was lonely? What is your take? You have been in the Bollywood industry also and in the Hollywood. How is it?
Hi everyone. Nidhi, I mean your question is like very interesting, but what I think is that whatever I answer, I mean I cannot comment on exactly what was the condition of Sushant Singh Rajput, because I mean that will be again a speculation on my side of the story, I mean which I'm not sure about. I don't know exactly what were the reasons, but definitely according to the initial reports or the initial survey, he was definitely under depression. A lot of people have mentioned that. He was, he was seeing a psychiatrist, but I think he was not taking his medications. That was the last statement of his ex-girlfriend, Riya Chakraborty. I mean, she mentioned that, I mean, he was not taking medication. So definitely he was going through a lot of stress and a lot of depression. Nidhi, I have faced, I've been to Mumbai, I have worked there, I have been through the struggle process. It is definitely not very welcoming to outsiders, but we cannot blame that. I mean, everyone has their own struggle. There was a meeting sometime back among a lot of newcomers, and I think when Ananya Pandey mentioned that we also go through a lot of struggle and all that, there was a very very practical statement by Siddhant Chaturvedi that जहाँ हमारे सपने पूरे होते हैं तभी वहीं उनका struggle शुरू होता है. So I mean when the star kids, I mean, and there's a lot of debate about this nepotism thing. See, my definition of nepotism is when you give your own kin chances, or you are biased towards your own kin without, I mean by overseeing the really talented people. That is nepotism. See, for example, I have a business. I will definitely pass it on to my kid first, but that kid should be talented. Okay.
True.
So at the end of the day, we want to see talent on screen. It doesn't matter where it comes from. I totally accept that there are a lot of untalented star kids who get a lot of chances. I mean,
in comparison to the outcomers.
In comparison to the outsiders. For example, if, an actor like Sushant Singh Rajput, he had to prove in each and every film. Whereas there are a lot of many star kids who we all know that they are not very talented. I don't want to
True.
take names,
True,
but there are
true.
a lot of those star kids. So they get a lot of opportunities because of their parents' name or whatever. I mean, I don't blame their parents because they have also earned a name for themselves through their hard work and whatever they have done in the past. But yes, I mean, if you talk about the power system or the bullying system, I think it happens in every industry, not just the media industry. It's just that the stakes are very high in the media industry. It's getting very highlighted. I have also worked in the corporate world. I have seen it's exactly the same ruthless nature of human beings. Actually, see, we human beings are like that. That is the reason why we kind of compare everything to one particular incident or one particular tragedy. Now everybody is taking names and blaming a particular person, which is not right.
True, true.
And regarding the mental health, I mean, we all go through that. Being an actor, I mean, I'm talking about my personal life. Just because I'm an actor, I didn't face that. I faced it because it happened in my personal life. There was a phase when I was under severe depression, and there have been phases also where I've been upset in Mumbai also when I was all alone. It was very tough for me. Now I have my parents with me. I stay with my parents. They're very supportive and they're very sweet. So when you have a woman in your family, especially your mother, your sister, your wife, or your girlfriend, then it becomes a lot more easier to handle stress because they can share your problems. And I think I was listening very keenly to Samrat sir and Namrata ma'am. Samrat sir mentioned one thing that a lot of times we don't share things, and a lot of times we share things but we don't get the same kind of response. See, that
True.
also
Matters a
comes
lot.
from a stigma attached to it, or sometimes a lot of times there's this perception of the society which we get scared of. Okay, and I have
True.
also seen personally also when sometimes you share with some of your friends, some of them are matured, so they give you decent suggestions. But honestly, I'm telling you because I have been through it. I have been through a lot of stress and depression myself. I have realized that when you are going through that phase now, you actually expect people to just be there with you, not give their
Just be a
expert
patient
advice.
listener.
Is
Yeah.
sometimes what happens is that a lot of people give their expert advice which actually is not going in the right direction. They're giving you
Hmm.
some advice which is not in the right direction because they're not able to diagnose your exact problem. Because I
True,
think
true.
suffering is personal. I mean, they can be your support, they can be there for you, but at the end of the day, you are the only person who can come out of it. So it's a
True.
very personal thing. And sometimes also I mean, it's again, I'm talking from experience. A lot of times, some of your close friends, what they do is that they become very extra caring, or they try to underestimate your
Or own
own own
capabilities.
own capabilities of coming out of it. So that becomes very irritating sometimes, and that's the reason you stop sharing things with them. So
True,
that is
true.
again, I'm talking from experience. So there are a lot of things that happen during this phase.
Somewhere
So
you need a person who's non-judgmental and who can just
exactly,
accept you the way you
just be
are,
there.
and
Exactly,
and just be there for you for
exactly, just
catharsis.
be there, don't give any advice. Huh?
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Partho, for giving us your viewpoint, your personal experience, and to and how beautifully you have understood that support system is so important. Your
It is,
friends,
it
your
is.
family, and everyone is so important to discuss, to talk, to just vent out, if
And
not
I have
anything
also
else.
felt that, see, everybody's suffering is very different from the other. So to say that, just because someone else has a bigger problem doesn't mean my problem becomes any lesser. So that
Right.
also has to be dealt with a lot of empathy and with a lot of care. Okay, so
True. True.
just because someone else is suffering, I know, I mean, I am in a very decent position. I'm grateful for that. See,
Hmm.
as an actor, my work has stopped. I'm not working. Like my
Right.
shoot got stalled. One of my movies
Hmm.
that was under production, I had the final schedule was pending. It got
Hmm.
stuck because of this corona thing. We don't know when it's going to start, when we are going to get the proper guidelines to start again. So that
So
again
what
is very
keeps you
depressing.
going, Partho? What keeps you going in this lockdown, in this crisis? What is keeping you going?
I have done a lot of things. For example, the first thing Namrata ma'am was talking about women facing those mental abuse, this mental torture
Hmm.
thing in
Right.
their house. I'm trying my best to help my mother in some of the household chores. And when I realized that they are doing the toughest kind of work. Namrata ma'am mentioned one good thing, that is that we always undermine and we kind of underestimate the actual power of a homemaker. They are underpaid. I mean, they're not paid. In fact, they're not never paid for their work. They are we sometimes we are indifferent to them, and the most important thing is that it's more like a thankless job. Okay, so that's very painful. So when I put
True.
myself in my mother's shoes, I realized how difficult it is. I tried my hand at cooking. I did something. I did sketching. I read some books. I watched movies, web series on phone. So I did a lot of things to to get over all this. I made a lot of videos. I participated in some songs. I did a short film during this coronavirus, this
Wow.
pandemic, which has been become very viral and it has been appreciated a lot by people.
Navigator
The Navigator was done before. That was not done,
before.
shot during
Okay.
the pandemic. It
Okay.
released during the
Okay.
pandemic. I'm talking about Dui Cup Cha,
Okay.
which actually Namrata ma'am has seen, and she has been showing it to a lot of people, lot of couples who are in stress and
Okay.
facing this domestic thing, because it's
Okay.
about rebonding and finding that lost touch or romance between a couple. Like within our arguments, there's a
Okay.
lot of love hidden. So that the
Now
message
it
and
is on
idea
my
of
list and I'm going to watch it.
please do watch it.
And
Namrata ma'am has seen it. I mean, she can tell you how much she loved it. I mean, she called me and told me
okay.
about that short film when she
Oh, wow.
watched it. So
Wow. Great, great. I don't know how many women have lost their heart when you said that you were helping your mother in the kitchen. So all the best wishes, Partho. Thank you so
thank you,
much
thank
for
you so much.
giving your best
Nidhi,
of inputs. Yeah,
Nidhi,
yeah,
Namrata,
Namrata ma'am.
I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
add one thing. Whenever you have any these kind of program, please show that movie Dui Cup Cha. It is marvelous,
Okay.
very small, very short and specific movie. And when any couple,
Mhm.
I mean disturbed couple, when they see that movie, automatically they're all I mean differences or all kind of thing it will remove. So and he acted so well.
Oh.
So it is a wonderful
Mhm.
movie, very informative, very educative, and very gender friendly. I'm saying I am very proud that I have seen that movie, and I'm sharing with each and everyone. You should.
I will
Thank you.
definitely
No,
recommend to all the
no.
people who are coming to me for relationship counseling because I've been
Yes.
getting a lot of calls. So
And
I am
Nidhi,
going to recommend
I
this as a pill.
during this pandemic, I joined Namrata ma'am for a blood donation camp. I mean, we
Yes, yes, yes.
maintained all the
Oh,
precautions and we went to this blood donation camp, and I'm thankful to Namrata ma'am for taking me there because I was kind of like getting suffocated at home, and it was like my escape. And thank you, Namrata ma'am, for taking me
Okay,
there.
welcome, welcome.
thank you. Thank you so much, Partho.
Thank you,
And
Nidhi.
moving on to our next panelist, Sudipta Nanda. She is a sports person and a social entrepreneur. She is the founder and managing director for SN Taekwondo Academy. My question to Sudipta ma'am, ma'am, can you please unmute yourself? How physical activity and exercise helps in mental well-being during COVID-19? How important is physical activity? I was reading a research which said that 20 minutes of exercise at least 3 times a week is important to relieve the mental stress. Ma'am, what is your take on it?
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Nidhi. Good evening and namaskar to all the eminent personalities present here. As Dr. Kaura is already explained about this matter, actually mental health is a very serious issue and needs more attention than it gets. You just never know what one is hiding behind a smile. As a sports person, this is my view at this pandemic situation. We all need to take care of our mental health through physical activities. As you said, yes, 20 minutes exercise for a week, uh, uh, at least we can do. And you can do also yoga, can involve yourself with specific sports also. As we already know, daily exercise is a good for our body, but it also effective in dealing with uncertainty or unknown like COVID-19. अभी लॉकडाउन में सबका लाइफ जैसे रुक सा गया है. We don't know what to do at this moment. So एक्सरसाइज ही एक ऐसा चीज है जो हम लोगों का रेगुलर जो डेली वर्क है वो सब तो बंद हो गया है. लाइक अभी हम लोगों का लॉकडाउन चल रहा है, तो हम लोग जैसे सब स्टूडेंट्स एंड जैसे नम्रता मैम ने कहा, जैसे जो हाउस वाइफ है उनका तो जैसे काम बढ़ गया है, वो लोग भी सब अपने अपने घर में जैसे पूरा बंदी हो गए हैं. मैं स्पेशली वुमेन्स के बारे में बोलना चाहती हूँ. वो सोचते हैं कि हम लोग तो घर का काम कर रहे हैं, व्हाई एक्सरसाइज. लेकिन ये जो अभी जो पैंडेमिक चल रहा है, उनका काम शायद कुछ ज्यादा बढ़ गया है, इसलिए उनका मेंटल स्ट्रेस भी ज्यादा बढ़ गया है। सो उन लोगों को एक्सरसाइज, जब हम एक्सरसाइज करते हैं ना, वो हम लोगों के लिए वो हमें पता होना चाहिए कि वो हम खुद के लिए कर रहे हैं। जो हम घर का काम करते हैं वो एक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, वो एक्सरसाइज नहीं है। जब हम एक्सरसाइज करते हैं उसमें हमारा फिजिकल एंड मेंटल बहुत एक्टिविटीज रहता है, जिससे हम जो हम लोगों का स्ट्रेस लेवल अभी बढ़ रहा है ये जो लॉकडाउन के पीरियड में, उससे हम काफी हद तक रिलैक्स हो सकते हैं। लाइक ऑल वी नो एक्सरसाइज प्रोड्यूस एंडोर्फिन्स केमिकल, वो डॉक्टर करव बेटर बोल सकते थे। I know this is endorphins chemical in the brain that act as a natural painkiller and also improve the ability to sleep, which in turn reduce stress. So exercise करना बहुत जरूरी है हम लोगों के लिए। एंड इस टाइम में हम लोगों का इम्यूनिटी सिस्टम को बढ़ाना है थ्रू एक्सरसाइज, एंड एक्सरसाइज इज द बेस्ट way to improve our immune system. So at least 20 minutes हम सब तो अपने आप के लिए एटलीस्ट दे सकते हैं। सो दिस इज माय रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल जो अभी स्कूल के स्टूडेंट्स है, अभी 10th and 12th का एग्जाम आधे से रुक गया है, दे मतलब वो अपने कैरियर के आगे क्या करेंगे, दे डोंट नो एनीथिंग व्हाट टू डू नेक्स्ट। सो दिस इज माय एडवाइस कि सबको एटलीस्ट पूरा फैमिली को अभी मिलकर एक्सरसाइज का एक रूटीन बनाना है, एंड इंक्लूडिंग ऑल एजेस पीपल, मतलब 3 साल से एबव ऑल सबको एक्सरसाइज का एक रूटीन बनाना है, तो सबको इन्वॉल्व होना है।
So thank you so much, ma'am, Sudipta ma'am, for adding that exercise, yoga, meditation, all has to be a part of our daily routine so that we are able to combat the mental illnesses and we are able to deal with the situation in a very positive manner. That is very right, madam, that physical activity helps us.
And not at this situation only, make it your daily routine. Make it this your daily routine. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Hello?
you are audible, ma'am. We are able to listen to you.
Okay. Make it your daily routine so that you can face any challenges like COVID. We don't know हमारे आगे क्या किस तरह का सिचुएशन आ सकता है।
सही मैम, आपने कहा कि फिजिकल एक्टिविटी से हमारी इम्यूनिटी सिस्टम भी बढ़ती है, जिससे हम कोविड-19 कोरोना वायरस के साथ भी मुकाबला कर सकते हैं। नम्रता जी का जोश अलग है, बट हमें इम्यूनिटी की भी जरूरत है, तो फिजिकल एक्टिविटी बहुत जरूरी है। थैंक यू सो मच मैम, जरूरी है। Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving on to Leena Mishra, ma'am, who is joining us from Washington, our global approach. She has served as an IT professional for more than 20 years in organizations like Department of Health and Human Services, National Institute of Health, and various capacity from programmer to program manager. She has served as president of OSA Washington DC. So a very warm welcome to you, ma'am. I don't know at which VRs are we disturbing you, but thank you for your commitment and joining us from all the way. How the mental well-being of the IT professionals being affected during this COVID-19?
So hi, first of all, thank you again, and then namaskar to all of you. So this is probably my first experience in coming in this type of discussion. So anyway, so coming back, like I actually personally am working as an IT professional for almost 20 years, actually more than 20 years. So like during this COVID time, these terms like the social distancing and quarantine has become like buzzwords nowadays. So but this, even though the goal of the social distancing is not to encourage the social isolation, but it's somehow the resulting outcome is social isolation. Even though we stay at home, we're not going to work, if you go to work, you talk to people, it's all these things not happening. You're always like at home and basically doing your own thing. So what I mean right now, like I see, like when you're at home, you I know in basically in our IT sector, when we're at work, like we get to see like people, and then those part is like social aspect of it is like taken care of. You talk to people, you share your thing, and then right now even students, all the students, like all my daughters in a like 10th graders is at home, they're taking online classes. And especially for IT professionals, what happens is if you work for that long, in front of screen time, always like in front of computer for 10 hours, then you don't come and then take advantage of this Zoom social, socializing. I mean, that doesn't appease more. Like you don't like to sit again in front of this Zoom calls, like which I see like a lot of my friend here. They often like every weekend, like we come make a Zoom call to like have some, some time and chat around. But being in like most of the IT professionals are always in front of the computer. They don't like to come home and again sit in front of the Zoom and then take advantage of this situation. So in a way, it's like it's and especially for the youngsters, so their like active lifestyle is completely stopped. They're at home. So this like I don't see, like what I say, like in a way this COVID brought us some family time together. But the other side here, what happens is most of the youths, they live on their own. They don't live in like mostly in families.
In the families,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so mostly they're on their own, like and then when they're right now when they're at home, it's definitely brings, if you have some, like as many of them like says that when you need family, you need friends to support you in some cases. So when you're alone, if you have some problem that you are suffering, you really cannot share with anyone. So it basically impacts more on you. So like I see like the IT professionals and especially the youngsters, so those basically experience, like if they have some personal issues, this alleviate in this situation more. So yeah.
Oh, okay, ma'am. And what are the employers doing to help them ease out the situation for their employees? Is anything the employers doing to make this situation better?
Yes. So one thing I just want to, I wanted to mention before, most of the IT professionals now, like what happens is like we're working longer hours than needed, because when you're at home, it's just like no difference for them working on site or working off site. So we sit for hours and then work for like way longer than needed. So and so in some cases also there is a job loss. People are losing job. That also impact the mental stress a little bit. So I was just trying to add into the first question of yours. So coming back to the point, like right now, a lot of employers, they're adding like some benefits to their like in my case, like my office, they add like two 2 weeks of extra holidays, like PTOs hours. So and they force them to take during this year. So what happens is like, okay, you cannot like extend to the next year. You must take this year. So that just to, because you're sitting at home all the time, maybe you should take and relax a little bit. And in some cases, a lot of virtual challenges, like a lot of health and wellness programs are there. So like, the employers are taking advantage of that, and they're forcing, they're saying like, okay, you go for some walking challenges, meditation challenges, and then, some team building activities, like virtual team building activities. And important thing is like, I think what all like basically I have a lot of my niece and nephews in India. When I call them, like all the time they're in front of the computer and taking meetings. So the long working hours, it's kind of stress for everyone.
Mental well-being.
Yeah, if the I don't know how it can be done. I don't see much because I worked for so I have I'm not in that point right now in my career where I have to work that long hours. But people those who are working that long hours, it's just really straining. It's really straining working for 10, 12, 20 hours, 15 hours a day, sitting in front of the computer and working all the time. The mental thing, stress. So like if there is a discipline, if okay, here like right now I work 8 hours, not more than that. If that could be possible, that's very good. But I don't think that's possible in many cases. And for many employers, probably that's not possible. But at least encourage some team building activities, some challenges, like the virtual challenges, like okay, meditation or something. Or here I see in my office, Yeah, we have a lot of wellness program, like, the walking challenges, you track your how many hours you walked, and then whoever like did, you get some awards or something like that. So they promote a lot of like healthy, try to promote a lot of healthy habits, and through this virtual things. So yeah, I think definitely that's something that, if employers could, take some precaution, so take some, like, provide some way to engage their workforce. So that's like, and healthy mind is always very important for each and everyone.
For each and everyone, true. So taking it from Leena Mishra, that it is important to get connected, to to do team building activities, meditation challenges, and so on and so forth, to help us improve the mental well-being. Dr. Samrat, there's a question for you. Till that time, Meenu, please help Amita Singh ji to get connected. Dr. Samrat, how can Nargis Begum has put a question for you, that how can we manage elderly with health issues at home in this COVID times?
Actually, one interesting question. Most elderly people are in state or depressed, because mortality rate in case of elderly people is much more, and they are not going outside. Who used to go regularly for daily work, they are not going. So as their daily activity is hampered, so that is more level of on elderly people. So how we can manage them? One thing is that is called diversion of mind. What they are doing, they used to see regularly TV, so or watch this corona news regularly. Then thing is, don't watch TV regularly 24/7.
Nidhi, I'm not
watch
able to
corona
hear you.
news only.
Yes, Samrat sir, please continue. Samrat sir, please continue.
Nidhi, I'm not able to hear you. Leave. Let me leave and join back again.
What we do is elderly, we can say them, request them, please watch the news or to only 2 times about corona, and don't be serious about this mortality rate. If you are physically and physically strong, that much won't happen to you. The thing is, we have to use what doctors are saying. Hello.
Yes, sir, we are able to hear you.
Yes. So then second thing is diversion of mind, because they now, this is the first time maybe this granddaughter, grandson, or your children are at home, you are staying at one place. So this is a good time to elderly people to say stories to their grandchildren, and they can, and the young people can actually give some time to their parents, who are more worried that they are not in their regular lifestyle and are not taking care of their parents. So this is the best time and the only time they can take care of their parents. So only thing is positive thinking. Second thing is diversion. Third thing is ventilation. If your problem is shared, half of the problem is solved. So just elderly people, listen to them only. What you can do at home, just listen to them, their problem will be half solved.
That's great. Thank you so much, Samrat sir. I think Nargis ji has got her answers. And there is Anil Kumar Upadhyay ji, who has been asking a question that literacy and casual approach by the masses needs to be addressed. And how can we combat them for tackling COVID-19 crisis? The illiteracy and casual approach by the masses, they are going without the mask or moving around, maintaining no social distance. How can this be dealt with?
Who will answer this?
Sir, you would like, or Namrata madam? Namrata madam, would you like to answer this question? That how can we combat the the masses that are do we have Namrata madam?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So how this behavior of the masses who are ignorant about how difficult the situation is, how do we approach them, or how do we combat that behavior?
Yes. You see, in our society, all people are not highly educated. All people are not aware of this situation. Some people, they strongly do believe their religious value system or their indigenous medicines or something. They say, okay, nobody can harm us, nobody can do to us or anything. These kind of mindset is there. So the best approach is that we have to speak, we have to dialect with them their own language. What happened, whatever the government is giving notification, it is very, very bureaucratic. Okay, do this, follow this, mask. Okay, if a poor people cannot afford a mask, okay, leave it. You can just ask them, okay, gamcha hai, if you have that small gamcha, or if the women, they are having a sari, pallu or odhini, whatever you have, whenever you are going out, please cover your mouth. So whatever the things are they are having, we can teach them in their own language, their own dialects, their own. And the best way is to educate the women of that particular community. If we identify in this particular mass, this particular area, these particular communities, people are not listening to us, they are not following any rule, and they are not maintaining any social distancing or something, better to educate and reach, because we are having Asha Karmi Didis, we are having Anganwadi Didis, we are having a self-help group women.
Right.
So they have access to any woman's house. So they can talk with them, they can over telephone, they can suggest them. And if
So
the
basically,
woman will able to understand the seriousness of this
situation.
situation, so definitely when the children will go out, she will definitely say, okay, do this. If her husband is going out, so she is very worried about that, okay, why he is not following. At least husband will listen to her or not, that is another thing, but she definitely tell her husband or brother or parents or children, okay, please follow this rule, it is very important for them. So we can reach to women, and we have to speak their own language, own dialect, and make them understand this is how important this is. We should not have any type of bureaucratic
So
approach.
basically what we are looking at is educating it in the right manner in their language, so that it is being
Yes.
followed by everyone. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Namrata ma'am. We have Amita Singh ji, she has added us back. And
Thank you.
Amita Singh is the Odisha Bikerni who has made her place among the world top bikers, heading the Odisha Bikerni Club. She is also a social worker. Ma'am, for you the question is totally different, because being a bikerni, you have always been so passionate about riding. And how was it for you during the lockdown to stay indoors, locked up in the house, and what did you do to maintain your mental well-being?
I would like to start with a quote, Nidhi, ke tough time doesn't last, but tough people do.
Oh,
So,
great.
yes. So, as I'm a biker and I'm tough girl, so this is my statement actually. So, what I want to start is with mental well-being. थोड़ा सा मैं बोलना चाहूँगी. To me, according to me, is mental wellness is in 3 steps. First one is accept the fact or the situation. जो लॉकडाउन हुआ, हमारे हाथ में नहीं था, कंट्रोल में नहीं था. Our first one win was that कि हम उस चीज को एक्सेप्ट कर लें. वहां पे हमारा फर्स्ट विन. सेकेंड थिंग, वी हैव टू लर्न एंड एक्सप्लोर द अपॉर्चुनिटीज इन दैट कंडीशन. उसमें हम लोग क्या पॉजिटिव कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि जो सर ने कहा था, सम्राट सर ने कहा था, आई बिलीव कि योर सेल्फ, जो आप अपने आप से जो बातें करते हो, और सेल्फ मोटिवेशन इज मच इम्पोर्टेंट देन एनी अदर वन मोटिवेटिंग यू. वो आपके वर्ड्स उतना इफेक्ट नहीं होते जब तक आप ना चाहो. सो आई अग्री टोटली विथ हिम. सो to learn and explore the opportunities in that condition is second thing, and the third thing is to deal with the situation, क्योंकि वो फेज आया है तो चला भी जाता है. we all know कि टाइम है, टाइम चला जाता है. it's a exam time, tough time. moreover हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि we never talk about failure. वी नेवर सेलिब्रेट फेल्योर, क्योंकि हम कॉन्शियस होते हैं कि सोसाइटी क्या बोलेगी, और हम अभी भी हेजिटेट होते हैं अपने फेलियर को किसी को डिस्क्लोज करने में, डर लगता है, शर्म आती है, सोसाइटी की वजह से हम कॉन्शियस भी रहते हैं। तो दिस ऑल थिंग मेंटल इलनेस की तरफ आपको ले जाता है। अनदर थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू टीच ऑल, आई मीन सजेस्ट ऑल, देयर इज अ पॉइंट कि हम अपने बच्चों को ये सिखाएं कि don't win from the people, win from the worst situation, conquer the bad situations without losing yourself or without harming yourself. तो लोगों से नहीं जीत करके आप, जो हम लोग हॉर्स, घोड़े की तरह जो दौड़ रहे हैं, घोड़े की तरह दौड़ रहे हैं, हम खुद अपने बच्चों को भी घोड़े की रेस में खड़ा कर देते हैं। डू वेल, एक्सेल वेल नहीं, अगर फेलियर है तो उसको भी सेलिब्रेट करना है, उनको कन्विंस करना है कि ठीक है, एक जगह तुम फेल किए हो तो देयर आर अदर ऑप्शंस। मैं छोटे छोटे बच्चों को देखती हूँ, जितना आजकल कितना इम्पोर्टेंट हो गया है उन लोग के लिए, विच इज अ मैटर ऑफ कंसर्न नाउ। और ये चीज जो पाने की चाह, जीतने की चाह, शाइन करने की जो चाह है, वो मेंटल इलनेस की तरफ ले जाता है। सो वी नीड टू काउंसिल दैट। एंड व्हाट आई डिड इन कोविड, जो अचानक से, मैं तो एक्सप्लोरर हूँ, मैं बहुत ही एडवेंचरस हूँ, बट अचानक से जब मुझे बंद होना पड़ा तो मेरे मेंटल वेलबींग के अलावा मेरे ऊपर टास्क था मेरे बच्चों का मेंटल वेलबींग, और फिर मेरे हस्बैंड जिनकी कोई हॉबी नहीं है उनको कहाँ एंगेज करना है, तो अलोंग विथ मी ये सब था। तो व्हाट आई थॉट ऑफ थिंग इज, जो चीज मैंने पॉजिटिव डाला कि हम जो भी करेंगे घर में, बीट कुकिंग, क्लीनिंग, या फिर जो भी छोटे मोटे चीज जो भी करेंगे, वी ऑल विल डू टुगेदर, लेट्स टेक इट एज फैमिली वेकेशन इन द हाउस, और कुछ ना कुछ हर दिन नया करेंगे। सो आई गेव इंडोर प्लांट्स का जो जिम्मेदारी थी बच्चों को दे दिया। आई पुल्ड माई हस्बैंड टू डू दिस ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, और बहुत अच्छा यील्ड, ये पूरे कोविड-19 में हम लोगों ने ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग करके अच्छे अच्छे खाने ही घर से तोड़ के सब्जियां वगैरह खाई है।
Oh, great. Healthy.
Yes, हेल्थ हुआ, प्लस इन लोगों का जो यील्ड मिल रहा था, प्रोग्रेस हो रहा था प्लांट्स का, तो इन लोग का एक्साइटमेंट बना रहा। फिर स्केटिंग वगैरह उन लोग घर में कर सकते थे। आई सेड डू दैट। तो कहीं ना कहीं मेरा बेसिक लाइन ये है कि अपने आप को सिचुएशन के, जो सिचुएशन कंट्रोल नहीं है उसके हिसाब से कुछ और करो, अपने आप को एंगेज रखो और पॉजिटिवली एंगेज रखो। आप एक दूसरे को इंस्पायर भी करते रहो, मोटिवेट भी करते रहो कि मैं ये कर रहा हूँ तुम वो भी करो, तो इट विल हेल्प। टाइम है, टाइम तो चला ही जाना है।
True,
so
true.
we still have to go on.
True. So thank you so much, Amita ji, for giving your inputs and how she has maintained her mental well-being during this COVID-19 by exploring herself, adding new hobbies, and also putting the family together in doing different things, and also yielding the healthy food that she has been eating. Thank you so much, Amita ji, for joining in. And I would also, there is a question by Bhavishya Garwal who says, do you think that the lockdown should be more strict? What is your take, Amita ji, on this?
Yes, he is my son and he is saying correct. Yes, strict और होना है, because आप देखिए अब रज्जो के समय कितने सारे बंद हो गए हैं, मॉल्स को बंद करना पड़ा, मार्केट को बंद करना पड़ा। लोगों को पता है हाई राइज हो रहा है, हर एक को पता है, बट डिड गवर्नमेंट ने तो इम्पोज कर दिया, चाहे जो भी किया, बट हम सिविलाइज्ड लोग हैं, हम लोग को एटलीस्ट वो चीज को मानना पड़ेगा। या फिर जो मैम ने कहा कि हम लोग को उनके लैंग्वेज में समझाना है, बट एवरीवन नोज कि राइजिंग स्टेज में है कोविड जब, तो हमको उस चीज को सोशल डिस्टेंस करना है। बट क्या सिविलियंस ये किए? नहीं किए, हम लोगों ने फॉलो नहीं किया।
हेलो निधि,
अपने आप को कंट्रोल करना है, टीच योरसेल्फ।
Yeah, can you hear me? I mean, there was this nice statement by Amita ji, but I have another discussion and a very valid point actually. A lot of people have actually lost their livelihood
Yes,
during this
yes.
phase. Lot of middle class businessmen and all, it's
I
fine to
agree.
say. See, for example, lot of bureaucrats were taking the decision that we have to be very strict with the lockdown, or there's a time frame that you have to be. That was also understood. By doing this Saturday and Sunday shutdown, I have realized that on Fridays there's a lot of rush, and
Rush.
there's a
Yeah.
desperation among people to get the necessary
राशन
things,
वगैरह इकट्ठा करना.
ration
Yes.
वगैरह इकट्ठा कर लो, which is another dangerous thing. And I, as a businessman also, I have a restaurant. It's shut down
Right.
for more than 3 months. And see, there are a lot of people. I'm like little privileged that I have a house in Bhubaneswar. I have a decent place. I mean, there's something for me to at least eat and survive. But there are a lot of people who have responsibilities and they have small businesses and they're not able to open up. For example, the small
True.
shops inside the malls. So by being strict, I mean, I think that, see, honestly, the mortality rate in COVID-19 is very less. It's less than 0.5%. Whereas
True.
in dengue and malaria, it's a lot more. I
It's a lot
accept that COVID-19 is a contagious thing, and that's the reason why it's getting like spread from people to people through contact. But then again, I mean, we have to live with COVID. I mean, for example, if you ask me, I mean, I'm telling this personally. I'm sure a lot of people might having this opinion. See, I would prefer dying of COVID-19 than dying of depression and hunger and a life without dignity. So a lot of livelihoods have been lost. I mean, the bureaucrats who are making this decision, they are getting a fat salary. They have all government
Yes,
privileges.
I
They are
agree
making
with
these
it.
decisions. Okay, so what about this middle class people? For example, see, I as a restaurator, I went to Cuttack to check about, I mean, the situation over there. I saw a lot of street food vendors were open. People were standing there eating, and there was no norms or regulations of social distancing being maintained, or the guidelines have been totally like valid. They were not caring about the all those guidelines or those strict precautions that government has asked us to adhere to. They were not adhering to that. So my point is, like, if you can open those street food vendors, and what about restaurants, and what about gyms? Gyms, of course, the athletes will definitely maintain their own thing. They will be very strict because they can do the sanitization outside the gym and then go inside. And of course, the athletes are decent people. They are careful about their health, so they can maintain the distance. For example, in restaurants, people eat in tables which already have a lot of distance. I mean, in restaurants, we have our liabilities. We have rent to pay. We have electricity bill to pay. For street food vendors, they are getting free ration. Like, I'm not discriminating people. They're getting free ration. They're getting like some amount of money into their bank accounts from the government. They have those facilities. They don't have to pay their rents. They don't have to pay electricity bills. They don't have to pay their staff. Whereas we all have that. We all have to do that. So that's what I'm saying. The government is not taking any precaution for that, or not giving us any valid solution for that. For example, the loan amount that they mentioned about, that for 3 months the bank loans, it won't be charged, but there's a catch into that. They're giving us a moratorium period, and all the interest of this 3 months will be accumulated, and you have to deposit that. Can you imagine? I mean, without any source of income, or without our businesses being destroyed, how can we pay that interest amount? There's no proper guideline from the government. I mean, it's very easy for those bureaucrats to make those decisions.
I would like to interrupt you. It is always who suffers is the taxpayers. We are taxpayers, and we
are
always
taxpayers,
suffer.
exactly. We are the suffering mass. So,
and basically, even if the lockdown needs to be extended, the rules have to be revised, and they cannot be. We cannot continue in the same way, because it is hampering a lot of businesses and the taxpayers.
Definitely,
and
I mean, we are destroyed.
Who have lost their jobs. Yeah, absolutely.
Even my water plant is closed since March.
We will discuss the personal issues. And,
No, but
moving
it's not
on, there is
personal. I mean,
another question for
actually,
Leena Mishra ji. There is another question for Leena Mishra ji. What can we do with the screen time that is increasing for the kids? What is your take? Because you are the IT professional here, ma'am.
Yeah, so one way, I mean, I'm just thinking, like, it's some way we need to divert them to a different type of game. Like, as someone mentioned that, like, the exercise, like, I do the same thing with my daughter. I go outside, like, in the evening for work, and then, and also you need to find out what is your interest, hobbies. Like for my daughter, she likes dancing and music, like she plays instruments. So I work with her and I ask her to, like, okay, play that, and I'll listen. So those are like artistic side of the kid or something else, like whatever the hobbies, maybe we can explore those more. So then, like, definitely we need to reduce that screen time. It's never a good habit. And then and also we don't realize, I myself, like, and I see that my eyesight like deteriorated, like, way longer than, I mean, way worse than it used to be before. So it's like all the time we are either like, on laptop, I mean, office meetings, or phone, or iPad or something all the time. So definitely need to find like what is your interest at, like, interest lies in either like one of the hobbies you need to explore. And then, that's what I do with my daughter. I ask her to, okay, let's go for a walk, or let's do some music together, and then, explore some dance, and like see dance. So I make her practice that a little more, all kind of stuff. So I think that side, this is the time to explore that side more than really, oh, you know what, I have time, let's watch more of what's happening.
Thank you so much, Leena ma'am, for adding your expertise to answer the questions. Thank you so much. And here, wrapping up the session that we had on mental well-being during COVID-19, what we could understand from Dr. Samrat, that there are certain symptoms that need to be recognized, and there is a need to go to the psychiatric help, and the support system is much required for everyone, no matter if they are going through a depression or they are not. But we need to, Samrat sir is there with us, so he has very beautifully told us about the symptoms and how to deal with the elderly people. Talk it out, talk to everyone, be there for each other is basically what we are looking after. And self-talk, a positive self-talk is much more important in our life, and self-love is something I would like to really emphasize. If you see on our thought processes, we are always talking about negative things, or we are berating ourselves for our performances, our mistakes, or any problem that is happening. Why do we have to berate ourselves or talk negatively? Just accept ourselves. We all are human beings, and we all can make a mistake. There is no harm in making a mistake, or there is no harm in just doing what you like to do. Just accept yourself. Happiness is a state of mind, and it is a choice that we need to make, that we have to be happy in different situations, no matter what happens. Women and children are dealing, not only women and children, but also men are going through this lockdown, a lot of pressure, financial stresses. Everyone needs to come out of it with rejuvenation, resilience, and have to keep that spirit of keep going no matter what comes our way. So, and our actor Parthu sir added very beautifully that people need to be just patient listeners, being non-judgmental, and just give that support without their expertise or their knowledge. Just be there for each other. Moving on to Sudipta ji, who told us how important it is for us to have physical activity imbibed into our daily routine. Meditation, yoga, pranayam are all these things which are very, very essential in today's time to maintain the mental well-being of each one of us, no matter what age we are. Our mental health is our responsibility, no one else's. So you need to take out your own time and do something for your own self. Leena ji very beautifully added that we can probably virtually add up, do virtual meetings, explore ourselves. Amita ji added how to explore our own self, and whether it is sketching, whether it is some hobby or anything. And most important, I would like to end it that happiness is a choice. Please choose to be happy and love yourself. Loving yourself is not selfish, it is important. I heard it once, Oprah say that a cup that is full can only overflow. A person who loves oneself can only reach out to other people and flow out the love to others. So love yourself, love others, be safe, stay safe. Thank you, all of you, for joining us and celebrate life. We all are alive. So celebrate life, be
Thank
happy.
you, and we all are grateful for that.
wake up with a smile every day. I practice it.
Session.
So please, all of you also practice this smiling. It really helps, and we all look beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
true.
you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Roon
So-
Mileti.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you, Nidhi.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Amita.